You need to become a running fan. And today I'm going to tell you why, but please be aware I dislike every step no matter how hard I try. This might sound familiar to you. Why bother, I can hear you all say. Well, please listen on to the end and the reasons will be revealed today. Every footfall takes supreme effort. It does nothing to reduce my weight. Perhaps I shouldn't have said dislike. A more appropriate word would be hate. It's actually a bit of a hard sell. To get someone to don those shoes, then pound those streets for hours and hours, it's not what most of us would choose. Even if folk know all the benefits, like cardiovascular health and lower BP, a general improvement in overall fitness, well, none of that crap works on me. So what has kept me going this long? It's taken a while to figure it out, but here are some of my reasons. Perhaps they'll give your motivation some clout. First up is the concept of Type 2 fun. Type 1 is where you like it at the time. It's pleasure and laughs and joy. However, Type 2 comes way down the line. It's that feeling of huge satisfaction that you've completed something that's tough. The smiles come after you've got to the end, a post-workout self-righteous rush. Second is being in the great outdoors. I've written about this many times before. Being on a treadmill just isn't the same. We should all be outside a lot more. Which brings me on to my third point, of all the things that you get to see. Early morning fields with hares and deer, and the sun rising just for me. 4 is the feeling of adventure I get when running forest trails or up hills, like school kids mucking about in the snow or in a thunderstorm providing some thrills. Although I should point out the dangers, like when Storm Arwen came out to play. An ancient oak tree fell down right before us and we ran home very quickly that day. At 5 is the effect it has on my mood. I'm not talking about the runner's high. That is something that's evaded me. It's elusive, like touching the sky. What I mean is that it keeps me normal, and if I miss runs, then I can tell all the good that they've been doing for me and I become sad and grumpy as hell. I also have to be extremely careful if I don't run for a few days in a row, because it becomes harder and harder to restart, and then down the cycle of shame I go. Number 6, I think it helps me sleep, especially if my day has been rough. It burns off all of that cortisol stress. Even a short run seems to be enough. 7 is the 10,000 step count. Is that number an apocryphal one? Regardless, if I go for a morning run, this is complete before the day's even begun. The 8th reason I continue to run is the buying of new running shoes. I wouldn't say that I've got a problem, but there are so many that I could choose. This, however, has a positive spin. At least that's what I tell myself. That I have to run 600 kilometers before I take the new ones off the shelf. So there are some reasons I keep going that make me feel running's a joy. And on those dark days when it seems too hard, these motivations I can try to employ. I hope you start to make your own list, different effects that work for you. And perhaps in the future, just like me, you might hate running a bit less too.